Seen some real behind the scenes stuff. Oh, there we go. The stream
That's
is
right.
live. The stream is live.
This is the stuff dreams are made of. I'm writer collector Ryan Condal.
And I'm writer collector Dave Mandel, and you're listening to the original movie prop collecting podcast brought to you by Propstore, propstore.com. And we are just 2 days away from the EMLA, the Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction Los Angeles, starting day 1, March 25th, day 2, the 26th, day 3, sessions 3 and 4, which is the animation session, on the 27th. Very exciting. And tomorrow night on the 24th, I will be at the Peterson for their preview night. So come say hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the live podcast. Hello, Ryan. We apologize for being a moment or two late. We were having some camera issues, but all is good. All is good. Ryan, I love your hat. I love the hat.
Dave, I love my hat. Thank you. I got such a nice care package in the mail today. It was filled with there was a Blade Runner movie guide in it.
That was from a listener and fan Lance Suarez.
Thank you, Lance.
He had given me that in San Diego Comic-Con, right? So I got that to you
just in time for the next one.
Very efficiently, yeah.
And a beautiful Weapon X Artist Edition in German.
Right, which I got to you because I accidentally bought 2 copies of that. So there you go. Yep.
Love it. Thank you. I really love that. I can't wait to tear into that. And then this great hat for our show. And I took it out of the package and I showed it to Caitlin, and she said, "Where's my Batwing hat?" So
there you go.
So I now have to consult. She does.
She listens to the show
to some of my ranting, I think. But I think I will have to consult with Becky Mandel and figure out how she did this.
If you send me a picture of the Batwing, I can make this happen.
Okay,
I can make this happen. Yeah. We just need the right sort of something that really shows its orientation scale.
And probably do you think the real photo of the real thing would be good or better? Is it better than
I think it's I don't think it's a drawing. I think like an honest to God photo, a la the X-Wing, where it can be kind of cut out and you kind of see its massiveness, or at least what it is. I think is the way to go. So yeah,
perfect.
So you get me one of those. I know some people. I know some folks. So yeah.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone in the chat room. Hi, everyone. Nice little crowd of some of our usuals. So that's really great.
Melissa,
thank you, everyone.
Frank Berman.
Yep.
I see friend from Germany, Ryan. I see Stephen Withers. Mike likes props. Always good. Piker Man. I don't recognize Piker Man.
Yeah, that's maybe a new one. Dave Pisani, the builder, display builder. Very lovely. Steve Loader. Hey, Steve. Steve, I need you to come, or wait. I have more stuff for you guys. That's all I've been doing now is just finding shit to put on eBay and get out of my house. It's very exciting. And my wife is not mad at me for once because things are going out more than they're coming in. So that's good.
We should this is a live podcast, live ideas, farming here going on. I was wondering, because I just saw Steve, Blade Runner expert Steve, in the comments. Do you think there's enough information out there on the Voight Kampf machine that we could do, not really a deep dive, because I think it doesn't exist, or at least nobody has it, but could we do a sort of Maltese Falcon episode where the mystery of the Voight Kampf machine,
the lost treasures of Blade Runner?
Yeah.
I'm game. It looks like Steve Loader's game. So yeah.
Okay.
We'll put that on the agenda. We do have a good deep dive coming up this year. I think we've plugged it once or twice. Oh, that's right. We've got 2 coming up, so that's good. But yes, thank you, Steve. That'll be wonderful. What else? Anything new with you? What new in props? New in life? Anything?
Well, I think this is my what's new in props, because I just opened the box today. I was very excited to see that. Do you have a what's new in props?
I do not. Isn't that it's sad but true?
I think I saw something that you posted on social media. I mean, it wasn't. I guess it's not quite a prop.
It wasn't exactly a prop. It was more it was art collecting. There's this wonderful guy named Bernie Kamenisky. You can look him up. He's on Instagram. He's got a little bit of a following. He makes paper mache versions of everyday objects, and oftentimes things from like the 70s and 80s in New York. So he'll do like a Zabar's bag, or like a tennis racket, or a New York City phone book from like 1981. And a couple of
Ray's
months
papaya
ago,
menu.
I haven't seen that yet, but he could do that, or even a hot dog itself. Um,
Right.
he did a great one that I saw, which was like a junk drawer. It was just somebody's junk drawer with like just stuff in it. You know what I mean? It was really great. And he did a medicine cabinet, which was really wonderful. Anyway, many months ago, he did a copy of Robert Caro's Power Broker, which is a wonderful book, one of my all-time favorite books. And I managed to both see it early and was able to grab it from him. And I had this beautiful case made for it, or sort of like that and this is on my Instagram at David H. Mandel. Um, and I finally I've been cleaning my office, for those of you that have been paying attention to the show a bit. And so I finally actually had a spot to actually put it, as opposed to having it like in the components, basically. And so I was able to kind of put it up, and I'm really just thrilled. And I think he's working on a Reggie bar for me. So at some point I will have a Reggie bar as well. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, very 70s New York, Yankees, candy. What can I say? All my loves.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get a real kick out of this guy and his work. So it's sort of not a prop, but I guess a little bit of art for you. So yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa's got a question. General question for the experts. Has anyone ever seen a production made Shining New Year's photo?
We have.
Yes, there have been unused versions, like very similar, very close, but not exact, I believe. So I guess that's about as much as it
Which
counts.
must mean they just snapped a bunch of photos, or they did. But we've also seen, haven't we seen the original photo that
now someone has tracked down the original, so I can only
Jack's
assume it means the jack was different, but or maybe now, or maybe that has updated. Maybe now that they have found the photo, maybe they now think differently about some of those earlier ones. But that's my best answer there. So yeah. I'm trying to think what else. The other thing that was exciting, which is not really movie related, and boy, I mean, it's movie related, but not prop related. And boy, talk about a movie that would be very, very hard to get a prop from. Friend of the show, Kelvin Mao, and I last night went and saw Network. They did a 50th anniversary screening, I guess because of Duvall's death. 35 millimeter at the Egyptian.
Well, it's also the 50th anniversary.
Yes, yeah, and just fucking hilarious, just so good, and honestly, possibly more timely than ever with all the mergers and the Saudi money and everything. Just fabulous,
and everybody hating each other.
Yeah, but boy, what that would be a very tough movie to find a prop from. I mean, I guess you could have his raincoat and pajamas or something, but. Yeah, maybe there's like a UBS like fake
the
business
network
card or something. Yeah,
or like the little nameplate they would have on their desk. I mean, I imagine
something like that.
Around.
Yes, exactly, because they definitely had some of that stuff. But boy, well, that was
I love that movie.
Yeah.
If you guys who spend all your time watching Star Wars and Star Trek haven't seen Network, immediately first. Listen to our live podcast and decide what you're bidding on the Propstore auction, and then later tonight.
Just go right now. Just turn us off and go watch Network, and then maybe watch Patty Chayefsky's The Hospital also.
But there's also it's a weirdly made documentary, but there is a really cool Patty Chayefsky documentary on HBO Max from a few years back, and it's just about him and his writing career. And of course, they go into Network a ton because that was considered his grand opus and whatever. But it's a really fascinating. Again, it's more if like you don't need to see any of it, you could just listen to it as a podcast. It's one of those kind of things. But just the story, which I didn't really know the whole story of him and his upbringing in New York and all that, and I just found it really fascinating. So it's on HBO Max this week. HBO Max will be available here in the UK finally at last. We don't have to watch Sky butcher the HBO shows and compress them down into nothing and motion smooth them and put commercials into our beautiful little no commercial interruption HBO shows. So those are all now moving over to HBO Max. And
just in time for the big merger. Very exciting.
And glorious 4K, just in time to become Paramount Plus.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very
and then
exciting.
Netflix.
Yeah, and then Netflix. And then nothing. Then just UBS. Nothing. Yeah, exactly. UBS. Yeah. And then the Saudis. Oh, I guess it's the Saudis already. But anyway. Yeah. Should we dive into that which is the EMLA auction and sort of see what we're thinking about and talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, let's do it. We got Jamie Benning, Filmumentaries
Hey,
podcast,
Jamie, how
also
are you?
online. Welcome, Jamie. Yeah, this is a fun catalog. I had a lot of fun actually going through days 2 and 3 and doing our categories list. So I did the work. I did the prep work on this one, which I'm proud of.
We may need I will say,
PRs
we may
again.
need a couple of new categories. So at some point, if anybody wants to suggest categories, because I did realize as I was going through it, I was sort of forcing things into the day 2 and 3, but a lot of our questions end up sort of, some of the bigger questions get you back into day 1. And I think it'd be fun to have some more day 2, day 3 specific questions. Oh my God!
Absolutely.
Stanley 299 said you guys were good on the Escape Hatch pod. Stanley,
is that out already?
I didn't know it was out, but also Stanley 299. You may be the first person that has ever listened to both. I feel
on the
like
crossover.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
No, for those of you who don't know, we do a little escape hatch cross pod,
our podcast away
whatever.
from home. Yeah,
that's right. David and I just did I think a really fun episode on The Shining, actually.
Yes.
Very timely with Melissa's question the other day for their 300th episode. They had a big 300th episode spectacular. They were kind enough. We were honored to be brought on to do that. And we did this really long discussion on that. It was the day the Dune 3 trailer dropped. So the Escape Patch guys used to be the Dune pod. So we did lots of Dune chat right before, so it's you can just fill all your nerdy buckets all at once and get more of David and Ryan this week.
It's amazing that we've been sort of palling around with those guys for a couple of years now, and we have yet to get them to even throw a bid in an auction. Like I feel like it would have. I feel like there would have been they would have just bid on something. Melissa, if you like interrupting, you should definitely check out the Escape Pod.
You can go listen to David interrupt other hosts.
Yeah, different people with like different ways. Sometimes I say excuse me to those guys. But no, it is funny that they've never bid, because I feel like eventually everybody around us bids a little bit, just like a little bit, like not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so if you have any suggestions for other categories, please throw them at us. It does not have to be today. It could be in an email or whatnot, but please let us know. Here, what do you guys think is a dark horse item? Mining it will be go. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's
Frank.
a good question.
That's a good one. Let us think about that as we talk about this episode. Maybe we'll come back and answer it by the end. I mean, I think certainly there's always the possibility of there's so many smaller Star Wars pieces. I think certainly one of those always goes a little crazier than you think, but maybe there's a better answer to that. Let's think about that. But that's a good question. Maybe to add to our permanent listing. Bart, if you will take that down and get Frank Berman to sign a release so that we own that question and we can make a spin-off show about that question. And
also a spin-off about Frank Berman. So
we own his life rights. Life rights.
Perpetuity.
Yeah. Life rights and maybe a human maybe some kind of like a human skin costume of him. So
okay. Like I was gonna go like organ in a jar, but I like how you think big.
Yeah. Shall we dive in?
Let's do it.
Things we wish we were sophisticated enough to buy. Ryan, what do you wish you were a sophisticate, a British aristocrat, if you will, to buy? Yeah.
My answer for this is going to make you laugh because I'm literally wearing the t-shirt, but I'm going to go, I'm not with the one you expect. And I really did look on days 2 and 3 for this. And I didn't really see anything in days 2.
No, this one did force me a little into day 1 as well.
Yeah.
So
but I'm going to go John's fishing rod specifically, because the spear, everybody's thinking about the spear gun, but actually if you are a serious movie prop collector and it is just about the object related to the movie, the lot 221, this thing is awesome, and it's likely going to go for a lot less than whatever the spear gun gets, and I think it's just as good. And I think it does require a level of, I will say, collector sophistication to really understand what makes this piece not as special as the spear gun, because the spear gun, look, it's the lightsaber of Jaws. It's really hard to argue against it, but that does not in
This
any way
is
diminish what
pretty
this
memorable as well. I
Yeah.
mean, and an equally great screen match also, by the way. I mean, wherever that fits in. But
Indeed.
yeah, a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Did we talk about the online chatter about this? Did we talk about that at all on one of the shows? I can't honestly remember. Just that this was one of our videos, the reveal video, that seemed to get a lot of traction for whatever reasons. It's always funny. Certain things just go a little more viral. So like Ryan with the witch's hat and me with the fishing rod are two that have kind of, and also Greg Nicotero with the skeleton, about the fact that they use real skeletons in horror movies. Those are our three big videos. And the funniest thing about this Jaws one is that actual fishermen started seeing this and started going, "What's the big deal? I have one. Mine has the stickers too." And it just really made me laugh, because just no idea about what a screen match is or any of that kind of stuff, but just fishermen kind of going, "Yeah, it's a fishing rod. You know, I've got one." Anyway, I don't know why it made me laugh.
I do love that. David Boudreau 77 is asking, I was just recently at the museum seeing the Jaws exhibit. Are all of these the same items that are at auction? That is a very complicated question, David.
Yeah, that is an excellent question, David. Yeah.
we
Ryan,
don't
go for it. Yeah.
We can't really explain it to you, but I will say that these two are not in that museum. These were never on display there, because you can go right now and see those items on display, the other items. But these are the ones that are matched to the movie, and I do not see the items in the Jaws museum exhibit in the movie. So
yes. And that is the kindest
I can't explain
version. Yeah.
Further than that, but those are the facts of the day.
Yeah. Mike Lake, Mike likes props. Sorry, I almost called you Mike Lake props. I don't know why. I know a guy named Mike Lake. I don't disagree. The rod may take a little explaining, but by the way, the spear gun may take a little explaining as well. So you're
Fair.
right. The clapper may be the easiest of them. I also think the call sheet, which I've never seen before, is pretty spectacular.
That is
yeah,
neat too.
Yeah, just kind of neat, and I think will certainly, unfortunately, go higher than it is. My sophisticated answer was lot 165, Bart, which is just the Spartacus hand-painted title card.
That was very good too.
Different title cards, I think originally from Pacific Title, have shown up over the years, and I just think Spartacus, its role in movie history and all that, is pretty wonderful, and certainly not a crazy estimate, and it doesn't even have a bid yet. So certainly, again, in this sort of realm of classic movies, there are a couple of classic costumes in this auction as well. Sometimes this is not necessarily, I don't know, neither here nor there, but like perhaps those bidders are not among the Propstore clientele in the same way the people looking for, Marvel movies and Star Wars and, Blade Runner are. But I did think this was pretty special. And obviously, the good news is, unlike the fishing rod, you don't have to tell people what movie it's from. They see it and they instantly know it's from Gladiator.
That was just the working title. There was one message from, it seems like maybe a new live episode follower that I didn't want to lose track of. So this is from Tukathri 9126, TUHKATHRI 9126. He asked if any other protocol droids such as K3PO from Hoth or the silver Ichuta droid from Cloud City have those shown up in private hands or in auction. Always been partial to the silver ones. I thought that was a good question for Dave, because I didn't quite remember. I imagine those things are around, because it seems like kind of all of Star Wars is out there somewhere, but I've not
seen much. In my mind, I was trying to think if there's one in that French collection, but I don't think so. I think maybe one up at Lucasfilm, but I don't think I've ever seen any on the open market. There are lots of replicas, obviously.
Or the guy in the sand crawler that sort of looks like a proto 3PO with the longer face.
Yeah, no, none of that stuff with the sharp face, the sort of scary face almost. Yeah. No, none of that stuff has shown up. Okay. Variations, including in this auction, of other R2 units, the clear units that fly around in the back of Hoth and stuff, but not fly, but zip by and whatnot. But never the protocol droid. So I hope that's an answer that helps. Yeah.
What about the thing you can't believe exists? in this.
Funny enough, sort of a similar combo for me. I mean, I was thinking about, just saying I love seeing obviously the Ace Ventura Rhino, and I just love that somebody went to the trouble. I guess Planet Hollywood went to the trouble of keeping it. So certainly very enjoyable. But this is very similar to my Spartacus answer. Lot 1000. I'm sorry.
I picked the same thing.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I picked 100998, basically. 1000, hilarious. Tell them what it is, Ryan. Go for it.
It's Frank Sinatra's dinner jacket. Personal Navy dinner jacket.
His blue dinner jacket from like 1951. And I just think this is so cool and badass. And honestly, even cooler if somehow you fit into it, which I certainly do not. But very
neat.
A
tiny person to fit in there.
And lot 998 is Charlie Chaplin's tan sports coat, which equally made me very happy for just similar silly reasons. I just love the idea of a tan sports coat belonging to Charlie Chaplin. It's lot 99. There it is. Yeah. And it is just a sports coat, but I love it. I just love it. And I don't know. The fact that circa 1934 and that someone went to the trouble to save this and that it's in this auction, I don't know. Reserve not met. Yeah, I don't know, but just fabulous. Well, that is really funny.
I would also like to call out the obligatory Jaws stuff, because I really, after so many years of just thinking
that is a very good point.
We would never ever see, and we have talked about this sort of ad nauseum, but I could not believe that both of those things showed up with this kind of level of matching both at once and just sort of answered all.
I would make the argument that these 4 or 5 Jaws pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 Jaws pieces, I mean, well, I guess there's a couple others too with autographs and stuff, but these sort of prop ones, I mean, this is probably, I don't even think it's a discussion. This is the most spectacular. Oh, those aren't props. Sorry, they're costumes. I know. This is probably the most spectacular.
Kick Stanley 9299 right out of that chat. Yeah. He's disagreeing with the host.
I think this is the most spectacular Jaws section of anything I've ever seen. Feels like there's hints of suspicions here and there. One of the pieces is from Spielberg's own collection, so I don't know what to say, but I believe he acquired it as auction as well. So again, I'm not looking to badmouth the stuff that is in the Academy, but these screen match, and we'll leave it at that. It doesn't mean those aren't involved in Jaws, but they don't match to any of the scenes that are in Jaws. That's the easiest,
and that's always been the
legal way I can say it. But also, it's been the problem with everything. Yeah, go for it.
Not a lawyer, but I mean, look, that's always been the problem with the Jaws stuff, is even the things that have gone through auction, they don't match up. And there's been yellow barrels that don't match up. And look, I guess it could be one of the yellow barrels, but we do get a really good look at a lot of those that were being, dragged across the top of the sea, and you get all the different kind of scratches and dents and looks at those, and they just were never quite right. And then there were things like flippers and diving masks and things like that with stories behind them, and those things are a little harder. But that's always been the problem. If you're a collector like David and I, who loves 70s and 80s genre, as we do, Jaws is the kind of the first real blockbuster. We both love Jaws. Would love to have something from it, but it was always really hard to collect from, because the stuff that came out could never quite be proven to be what you're seeing on screen.
I have 2 pieces in my collection, which I don't know if I have pictures. As we're talking, I'll look and see if I have pictures. Maybe Bart can put them up, and I may have mentioned them from time to time. But they're very, they're. Look, I'm not trying to. I love them. They're smaller pieces. I do not have pictures of them, of course. Sorry, everyone. I'll see if I can find pictures. Maybe we'll put them up on the Instagram. They're very specific, but what they are is, because they are very specific from the movie, is I have a police patch, that Amity Police, that came from a really good source, and that's really nice. But it's a small triangular shoulder patch, basically. And I think I've mentioned this before, I have an Amity Real Estate that was just on one of the lawns that you see when they're complaining to him about the kids karate chopping the fences and whatnot, that somebody whose house was in Martha's Vineyard, they were asked if they could put it on their lawn for the scene, and then they kept it all those years and then sold it on eBay like 15 years ago. They framed it, and I bought it, and it's beat up and water damaged and whatnot. It's wonderful. But that's the kind of stuff you could find until all of a sudden here we've got these screen matched items. So anyway, yeah. Very difficult, very difficult. Best project, restoration, display, whatever. What do you got for this?
This sort of came up on the day one. I couldn't find anything really suited in day two, at least in sort of my world, that wasn't a reach. So I just went back to this. I think a smaller item in day one, so it could go for day two money in theory. Lot 41, which is the photo match chest emblem from Batman Returns.
Very
and
cool.
I just felt like this is such a great piece, and we had talked about this offline, Dave and I, with a friend of the podcast, collector Kelvin. I was like, am I insane? Because I have a nice production made Bat emblem that might one day match and be from the film. It's actually one of the kind of charred up ones from after the Batwing crash. So it's that part, the cathedral part of the film, all the way to the end. In theory, it was from that sequence, and I've always loved it because you can tell it wasn't just from the back of the shop.
No, it's not just production made.
It was prepped for set.
Someone was doing something with it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I actually have I was meaning now that the 4K exists to go back in and try to match that one day when I have some time on my hands. Maybe I will add that to the list. But this one is here, photo match, and I was doing the am I insane? Because I have a Returns cowl to swap this out and put it on the cowl, but keep the other one in case it matches. And we went down this kind of very collectory rabbit hole. And then Kelvin just said, well, why don't you just get it and figure out how to display it on its own? And I was like, well, that doesn't help me at all, because then I'm just buying more props. But I did like the challenge. And I think the fun challenge of this is, because it's so cool and exists on its own, is how do you display this in such a way that doesn't require Returns cowl? And it just felt like a fun kind of challenge, and to fit into the rest of my Keaton Batman collection. I'm not bidding on it, but I liked it as an intellectual exercise.
Very cool. I have one. I have the bullet photo match one from Batman.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just sort of leaning in the cabinet. I've never I know you could build like a little stand for it, but I never figured out if there was a bigger thing to be done with it, I guess. Although I guess one of the possibilities is if I win your Batman clapper, maybe that's my display. So that's really, you got to win the Batman clapper to display.
There you go.
Either of them, even though that one's from Batman Returns. I went with 576, and we've seen these before, but I guess I got to thinking about it. This is from Blade Runner. It's one of the Blade Runner facades. So they, of course, built the big pyramid of the building, but then they took sort of pictures of it and then made these sort of light up ones that they could then put in these wider shots and use them as deep background. And I did think to myself that if you could actually kind of light this up with neon from behind, which is how they did it, this would be a pretty spectacular, just very
like a dimensionalized
cool
frame piece.
Yes, exactly. Or like a light box frame piece, basically, some version of that. But getting this lit up would look just really badass. So I thought this was an interesting project. And again, I mean, obviously it's already at 11,000. I think this is the second one of these, unless it's the same one that didn't sell. But I think there was more than one. So this is from the Mark Stetson collection, who worked on the movie and has been selling a couple of things from his collection. I just thought this was really neat. It is the Tyrell Corporation, but I think in the bigger scope, it's just one of many. So it's not considered the Tyrell, even though it is a photo of the Tyrell model.
This is a great candidate for day two going to day one money.
Yes, that's true, at 11,000 already, and we're not even there yet. 4 people fighting it out. So yeah, interesting.
All right, so moving on. The most insane Star Wars prop. I think this is pretty self-explanatory.
I avoided it, but go for it. Yeah, I
mean,
skipped it.
It's the 3PO. I mean, it's just so neat that another one. Don't just because you saw 2 Ferraris go by, it doesn't mean the third Ferrari to come
is not a
come
Ferrari.
by. It's not a Ferrari, and not as super interesting. This is awesome. This thing, it's already hit reserve, as we can see, with the absentee bid in at the low estimate. Man, it's cool. And this was the thing, I think I told you, I'd seen the pictures of it and I was like, oh, that's neat, another 3PO. But then when I saw you guys do the video of it, I was just like, damn, that's really great. And I could see you kind of doing Oh
a lot of
man.
mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
There's something about the patina, the actual
Yeah.
patina, but also even where it's worn away. I don't know. It just it's just so used and lived in. I mean, can you imagine? You look at this thing and you can just hear Anthony Daniels complaining about us. You just look at it and you can hear that. It's pretty wonderful. What I am
He's doing it
curious
in
about,
binary.
yeah, 5,000 forums of complaining about us. Um, or whatever the line is. I was curious, but obviously it has not had an effect because obviously it has already hit the absentee has hit the low end of the reserve. I was curious where the at the moment the non-screen match, unless that has changed, but I don't think it has. I didn't see an update on it. I didn't. I wondered how much the non-screen match would affect the modern collector, the newer collector, the newer big
Right.
money collector, who seem a little more obsessed than some of us with the screen match. Not that screen match isn't wonderful, but I just mean that is a big part of their sort of first, like one of their first questions. Does it screen match? And don't get me wrong, I want to know if it screen matches as well, but it does seem like for some of them it takes it out of the realm. So Dave and Gus should battle over this. Yes, Stanley, except we both have one. So so it won't be much of a battle. But yeah, it's pretty spectacular. Anyway, I just, it is really wonderful. And I am still thinking about it. I keep wondering about, should I upgrade? And I can't even tell. It's funny. Is it an upgrade? I don't even know anymore. You know what I mean? It's like full helmet from Empire versus faceplate matched from Star. I can't even tell anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. The honest answer is it ultimately goes down to a little bit for me. It's always, and I've had this problem before. It's what even though I could probably sell mine for a good amount of money, I paid what relatively now seems like so little for my Star Wars one that it just seems crazy to upgrade. I don't know. It just like, you know what I mean? Like if I'd paid more, which also would have sucked, it would be easier to upgrade. I don't know if that if that calculates, but that's how my idiot brain works. So yeah. Anyway, I chose, just to be fun about it, and I did think this was really cool, I chose lot 370, which is also on day one, so forgive me if you go down a little bit. I just thought this was really wonderful. This is 3 pages of George Lucas's handwritten story outline notes for Return of the Jedi. And some of you may or may not know, Jedi, had a lot of structural issues and they had different things that were going on. And I just love the idea that this is his handwriting and he's sort of playing with it and figuring it out. And on that Act 3, he knows what the end is, but you can see there's some blank spaces. They're still figuring something. Anyway, I just thought this was a really amazing artifact, I guess. And I think there's probably a world where maybe someday, if you stand outside, I don't know, the right event or something, maybe you could even get Lucas to sign it, although maybe he'd grab it back from you. Anyway, I thought this was a pretty spectacular Star Wars piece, and I did want.
No, he's going to take it, and he's going to write in 7A Jedi Rocks music sequence,
and then 9B Millennium Falcon lands. We get to see it land.
Ooh,
yeah,
interesting. That was missing from the original.
We're doing a really great job of just shitting all over anyone. And our best guest ever, Anthony Daniels, and our dream guest, George Lucas. But yeah,
that's how you get him in.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like the game. You gotta play a little cold to get them attracted.
That's right.
The Yoda, negging Yoda crew hat with ears is wonderful. I do.
That's a good
Yoda
one.
Crew hat with ears.
Always love that. All right, should we run down our best small things? I have a bunch. We can just do sort of a lightning round.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So
call them out.
So 502, which is it not helpful to say by lot, Bart? I guess
Bart,
not.
go down. There's a lot number thing. Look down. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that worked. Okay. But do you see that there is a lot number thing, Bart?
In the search window. I just love this. It's so like Oh, gee, what movie is that from? It was just such a great thing to grab on day 2. It's a Smilex box from Batman '89. I love that little. I love
I
the
always
little logo.
loved that they used sort of the comic version of the
Yeah,
Joker on his stuff, like the jackets and things,
yeah.
and not specifically a Jack Nicholson
It's
version.
not him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like to me, it's like it's not Bob Kane, but it's almost like the Neil Adams version of the
it's
Joker,
very
right?
sort of Neil Adams, Marshall Rogers. I mean, I
Okay.
can't see it. I'd have to be a little closer to it, but I think it's right in there. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call out 156, The Golden Child, a movie that doesn't get a lot of love, but I always get a kick out of it. The Eddie Murphy movie, and this is the little dancing Coca-Cola can that that the Golden Child sort of animates. Oh yeah, I think maybe yeah. There you go. And I just got a kick out of this. It's not a
This is good.
crazy number, but I just thought small and fun. I kind of liked it. And then I'll go 883. I'm breaking my own Lethal Weapon rule, but
Oh.
883. But this is very specific. Lethal Weapon 3, which I don't think is a great movie, but the
This is good.
Leo gets
I didn't
business
see this.
card. I love Pesci. I have a nice little business card collection of various movies and things. I just love that this is the Leo Getz Realty thing, and I love
I didn't
that his
realize he had an
office
office on
on
Fountain.
Fountain. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The old
'Cause
Betty
he was doing
Davis.
pretty well for
Yeah.
himself then, right?
You know the Betty
Um,
Davis story where she
no.
was asked like for some advice and a career in Hollywood, and her advice was take Fountain. Do you ever hear that
Oh,
story?
yeah. It's really it's
Anyway,
still
Leo
true.
Getz. Yeah, yep. Leo
Still
Getz.
true to
So
this day.
those are my smallies. Go for it, Ryan.
Perfect. 561. I just really liked this. This is not the first lot from this movie we'll be discussing. I'll tease that for later. So from Blade, 1998. I just loved this thing. This is
Oh,
a
neat. Yeah.
blood transport box, and it's screen matched, which was the reason that I noted it for this, because it's a day 2 thing, but it's screen matched. I definitely do remember this from the movie. This is with what was the familiar, the sort of like lame-o human cop that's like running around as like the sort of errand boy for the vampires. What was his name? I forgot the guy.
Krieger.
Yeah,
Krieger.
yeah, there you go.
Kevin Patrick
Yeah,
Walls. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And just look at the build on this thing. This is pretty
The
incredible.
build is gorgeous. The blood bags are gorgeous. That's a hell of a good looking prop.
And it's a blood transport system, so it's it's not a blade weapon, but it does speak to the movie. And I just thought that this was neat.
Yeah, I am with you there. And right, I think right now, not a lot of action on it, and certainly a really nice piece. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
it's a good
nice
one.
piece, yeah.
661 was my next. Or sorry, 611. Sorry, Bart. 611. But
What
let's
is
talk
six
about
six?
what
What
is
is six?
There we go.
Oh my gosh, the Gene Hackman and
Gene
the
Hackman.
Stay classes, obviously recently deceased, so these things are going to
Yeah.
go flying up in value.
Yeah, but that's a great movie, and,
That's a
and
fun
very
movie,
ahead
yeah.
of its time. Very ahead of its time if you think about where we are today.
Yes,
I
this
just
was great. Yeah.
this was super cool, and these builds are all really neat. I think the story with these was that most of the armor bits in Conan were all made by these really talented like Spanish artisans that were making the stuff, not necessarily real armor, but they were all hand making the stuff out of this incredible leather work. And I've gotten to handle a bunch of it because some of it's around and some backgroundy stuff and whatever, and it's all just gorgeously made and will last forever. And
Yeah.
this one that's just such an emblematic design from that movie. Very, very cool.
Do these guys also wear the necklace, or no? They're in more of a uniform.
Well, they would all have I think that was that's how you get into the temple, the
Right.
silver one, not the
Okay.
green one. The smaller silver one that has shown up in a bunch of recent Propstore auctions.
So you could buy one and put it together with this and make a nice sort of display. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I just really love it.
Westeros TV called out 673, which is from Excalibur. Friend of the show, Kelvin Mao, a huge Excalibur fan, and we've just been unable to find this in there, which leads me to believe it's one of just the background battle helmets. Which is not a bad thing. It's just not something I've been able to. It's not one I remember from Excalibur, but certainly, Planet Hollywood, again, I don't know enough about it. But my guess would be when you get past the armor they made, they then just acquired other armor that was probably somewhat laying around just for the various people that needed to die. Yeah, not a clear screen match. So take it as you will. Yeah. What else? Anything else in the small items?
I did have one more. Yeah, 1267, going very deep into this. I just thought this thing was awesome. I don't know if you saw this one going through the set designer notebook.
It's funny. I thought this was incredible. I did start to go, well, it's creeping up into the 5,000. So but I did think this was fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
The drawings in this, the production design, set designer from T2, there's just some gorgeous stuff in there. And it's just process, which I love. I just love it. The notes, the sketches, everything. So just really, really enjoyable. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, come on. So really fabulous. Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Really, really wonderful. Totally.
Which brings us to maybe our favorite category. Dave, what's the worst Prometheus piece in this auction?
To me, it's lot 1047. And the reason I think I chose this Prometheus piece, this is the lifeboat display thing. This is a very perverse piece because it's actually quite cool looking, which makes it all the more worse that it's kind of cool and kind of is very seductive. It has kind of a siren call. Like, this is pretty interesting and pretty nice. Maybe I should get this. And then it's like, no, it's Prometheus. Stop. So I was a very tricky piece.
Good answer.
So that's why I chose
solid answer. That beats my answer. I was just going to talk about the ampules again. So let's keep it moving. What's the thing in this auction that you would never buy?
Interestingly enough, they're both cat related. 606, the Catwoman Halle Berry clapper from the Ryan Condal clapper collection. Truly one of the worst movies I've ever slept through. And then oddly enough, lot 643, from my very own Dave Mandel co-written Cat in the Hat film. I guess these props are okay, but that was such a nightmare. So take it. Good luck to it's already at 1,700.
Just wait until you see what I got you for the. You just say you never buy it.
Right. I mean, that's true. Yeah.
They say the best gift is you get somebody something they never buy for themselves.
They would never buy for themselves, but secretly really, 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 really want.
Right.
I mean, these hats, the hats here, I think they were all made by I think Steve Johnson FX. They're really well made, but I don't know. Just again, it's like the nightmare. It's like when I was working with Sacha Baron Cohen, we ate at what's that sandwich place? Mendocino Farms, like every day, and now I can never eat Mendocino Farms again. This is the Cat in the Hat of that. So yeah,
you can't eat cats anymore.
Yeah, I can't eat cats. So at Chinese restaurants. So yeah. How about you, my friend? What did you never buy?
I went lot 677.
Ooh.
This is Barney Ross's Sylvester Stallone stunt custom single action army revolver from the Expendables. Because actually, I will just say one day when certain people have passed on, I think I will tell this story. It's not my story to tell, but I think the story should be told. And God, that movie is just paved and awful, and with an awful person in it, and at an awful company too. So it really kind of hits the Hollywood trifecta.
The fact that those movies. The fact that those movies did the business they did is somewhat just upsetting to me. Yeah, because they're so trashy. Anyway, yeah, not a fan. We'll leave it at that. Not a fan.
Yeah. What's the thing that your wife would secretly love you for buying?
Well, this was easy. 679. This is the Eyes Wide Shut Secret Ritual Orgy Cloak.
I had this for the thing that my wife would hate.
Well, that's the difference between Caitlin, the good Catholic girl, and my wife. So there you go. It just is what it is. Sorry, Ryan. I got to say, I personally would say you want someone that's interested in the secret ritual.
Really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah.
That's
Obviously,
very funny.
we would need two, but anyway. So anyway, yeah. But for now, it's a good start. Yeah, good
Yeah.
start. Yeah. How about you?
BYO cloak.
Yeah,
Yeah. BYOC.
BYO orgy cloak.
Yeah.
OC. Yeah.
BYOC.
I also I have to admit, I just loved that they could have written it as cloak,
Right. Or secret ritual cloak.
but secret ritual orgy cloak is just one of the great all-time auction descriptions.
Absolutely.
Heat Death 69 has one, so there you go. Perfect. I just really did love the description, so that was part of it. So yeah. I honestly don't know if my wife would like an orgy cloak, but
I just thought that was the year that
she would.
I thought that was the year that Heat Death died in or was born in. But now I realize that maybe there's a little more to that. Yeah.
What would Caitlin love? Tell us.
Unfortunately, in this auction, nothing. I really could not find anything. But there's plenty she would be angry about.
What would she be the most angry about besides the orgy cloak? Anything that comes to mind?
I mean, I think really if after all of my my activity this year, if I loaded all of this stuff into the auction and then was like, I'm bidding on anything substantial, I think it would just be.
Yeah, I can say that across the board this time too. Like if all of a sudden I'm like, here you go, here's the C-3PO helmet, or here's the Jaws thing. I mean, she loves Jaws. I mean, early in our like sort of courtship, I gave her, have you ever seen the cool, I think it's the Jaws 2 poster that's just a list of shark facts. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, sure.
I gave her that at some point. So again, she loves Jaws, so it's not that, but I think the notion of another multi-$100,000 purchase would lead to death.
I'm kind of in the same place, and Caitlin really loves Jaws. We kick off summer every year with it. We were at a outdoor Jaws on the Water screening in LA many years ago when she was pregnant with our first, and it was the first time she kicked, and it was like, oh, she's a Jaws fan, this is great and whatever. And we just I don't know, for whatever reason, that movie, the karateing, the picket fences, we talk about that, we joke about that all the time, and the Bad Hat Harry and all that. And I really think in another, like if this had come up a year from now, I think I could have been like, we're getting the fishing rod.
Right. Guess what, honey?
Like, cool. But it's just this year was so nuts. And that hashtag private deal thing did come through, and we will be talking about it in a few weeks. So even more reason for me not to be bidding in this auction.
You have a very valid reason not to bid. I can certainly say across the board, you are golden. Did I ever talk to you about on the show? Maybe we have in real life, but I don't know if I ever talked about the show that I went to Martha's Vineyard. We would have been recording the show. This was back when I was in upstate New York working on plumbers, and we had July 4th weekend off, and I met Becky and the kids on Martha's Vineyard, well, right at Woods Hole, which is right across from Martha's Vineyard, and we went over and did like a Jaws tour, and it was fantastic, just a fabulous tour, just all the locations and whatnot, which was just so damn cool. And then the guy that was on the tour with us gave us these really cool like magnets he'd made of like the Orca logo and stuff. And then I shipped them home via FedEx, and it completely like the package got it got lost, and I've never been able to replace those. And it just made me insane. Bart, I'm sending you very quickly. I'm going to send you 2 photos from it. Just you can put them into the chat if you like, because I think it will be fun. This is from the Jaws tour. I highly recommend it. I really do.
That's definitely. I've been to Nantucket. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, so that's definitely on the list for return to U.S. Days for a good excursion.
So Bart, maybe that'll come through. I just stick those to you. So in the not in the chat, but in the whatever, in our messages thing. So there you go.
So what are the things that your kids would love?
Oh, really quickly, I just jokingly said beyond that. I also pointed out Lot 402, which is the Top Gun
Oh,
airplane, which is just so giant
yeah.
and I love Top Gun, but not a movie she's ever heard me talk about. So the idea that I would bring in something this large that and also, by the way, $50,000, but also you don't even talk about Top Gun. She would just be just furious, just really furious. Yeah,
It
just
would.
beyond furious. Yeah.
I will say it would look good on a hat.
Yeah, very good on a hat with the stuff nightmares are made of logo.
Mm-hmm.
I picked two things, or one thing, sorry. More this was more of my son, lot 119. So a day one item, which I did one of the videos of. This is the Evil Dead 2 from the Tom Sullivan collection. This is the self-drawing screen match, self-drawing Necronomicon. My son is really getting into filmmaking, so there's an element of this is sort of a stop motion animation thing,
Mm-hmm.
but also a prop and also a piece
Is
of
he into
original
horror?
art. He likes horror. He likes horror way more than me. And just the fact that this is all full of like original art by Tom Sullivan, and it's just great looking with, if you click on some of the other drawings, I mean, the drawings in this are just fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I just think this is one of the all-time great props. It doesn't have the cover, but I don't give a crap. Look at those pages. And I just love how they used
really
it
cool.
in the book as well. I'm sorry, in the film as well as this sort of opening credits. So yeah, I think he would really get a kick out of this, or at least get a kick out of it if I had this, wherever that. Yeah. So like that. Yeah. How about you? The daughters, anything jumping out for you for them?
307 I picked, which is the cursed Aztec medallion necklace. It's a day one thing, but it's right now it's more reasonably priced. I showed them Pirates for the first time. I guess that has a kind of a higher reserve, but I showed them Pirates for the first Pirates for the first time, I guess about a month ago, a few weeks ago, and they both loved it. They were just like, we had seen Edward Scissorhands, and they wanted to know, like, had that actor, they really liked that actor, and is he always like that? And I was like, no, actually, he's quite a chameleon. So what else has he been in? So first I showed them Blow, and then I showed them Curse of the Black Pearl, and they could see how talented an actor Johnny Depp was. But no, they really love this movie, and it was nice. It was nice. I probably hadn't seen it since theatrical or shortly thereafter, so it was fun just re-exploring it with them. And I think they would get a big kick out of this because they love Keira Knightley because she's in Pride and Prejudice. So they immediately made that connection and just really dug it. And then I also did 966, and this is a movie they both love, but particularly my little one, who this is one she asks to see all the time.
Oh, yep.
Never Ending Story. Really loved it. I actually read them the book as well. Not in the original German. I did read the English translation to them.
It's so much more severe in the original German.
It's very old. Fly of Falcor Fly really is quite disturbing. But no, I really I couldn't think of. I know Never Ending Story stuff has come around. But nothing big. I don't think the book has never shown itself, right? The Orin, the medallion, I don't think has ever shown itself. Maybe some costume bits and whatever. And look, it's just a scale, but it's Falcor. Everybody loves Falcor. So I just thought this was a neat thing, and they would get big kick out of it. And that brings us to did you have any other things for your kids you're buying?
No, I can't stand my children. They're just we're gonna be empty nesters soon enough, so screw them.
Go buy your own props, kids. So what it's time for gift buying. What's on your list?
Mine, when I saw it, and I know, knowing you and knowing your love, and that you have in your living room, we can't see it there, but over your left shoulder, but behind the case is where you keep your nude Sylvester Stallone. So I thought lot 457, a nude Ripley puppet from the absolutely terrible Alien Resurrection.
Perfect.
with a strange sort of non-sexual organs, sort of a childlike Ripley, naked child Ripley. vaguely crucified would be perfect for you, Ryan, and that you would have to explain it for the rest of your life to anyone that ever came over, perhaps even
It's from a movie.
from perhaps even the police, child services you might have to talk to. Maybe I think if you buy this, you have to register as a sex offender. You have to
I think
you have to
I think
call a
that's
local
accurate.
police station and let them know.
I think
So
that's accurate.
this will be at your place pretty soon because it's a very reasonable day 2, day 3
This is
item.
actually the thing you just shove in the closet when they come and you just yell, no, I'm just a sex offender. Because you're more embarrassed about Ripley.
But
Whatever.
you're naked Ripley. By the way, it comes with a light up stasis tube, so I think you'd enjoy that as well.
Yeah. Yes. Keep that thing in perfect form for all time, please. Thank you very much, Dave. That's very touching. Well, you already saw.
By the way, someone really quickly, I'm interrupting you. Someone says Wesley has a hero book from the Neverending Story. It's on your prop, so you should check that out. I did not know that. Yeah, sorry.
I would love to see a photo of that. Let's see. Oh, just
my gift. Oh,
yes. I was just doing Stanley 299 is saying I'm bidding on the Frazetta painting. I would love to. That's not happening. Penguin feet make good great kids slippers. I'm way ahead of you, Melissa. And or penguin slippers from lot 509. I did see all the penguin action in this. I will bring that up in a minute. Well, Dave, so you already saw lot 643, the Cat in the Hat that I was getting you, so we don't need to go through that again. So instead I bought you something from one of your favorite movies that actually goes with a prop that you own. It's lot 830. Because I love how I know how much
there's nothing I like more than Nazi German.
Yeah, but this is your jacket is from
my jacket is on the motorcycle. Yes.
Yeah.
What is it? Achtung roll. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Even I guess.
Is Ryan still in the chat? Ryan, can you translate?
Do they still teach what Achtung means? I don't know. Ron troll.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
is that
yes, well, warning checkpoint. So there you go. That's what it says in the yeah. No, Kelvin, we have not gotten to the dog foods because we're just at this point. We're resigned to never winning them, just saying we want them and never winning them.
Don't worry, Dave. I have another gift. If you don't like the German sign that I got you, I did earmark something else for you. It's lot 1083. I just feel like you, as much as you missed this, I think you just wanted immediately back.
I should just bid it. I should bid on it. I should bid on my own item and run it up. No bids, literally no bids.
Oh, it's coming.
Seinfeld bicycle crew bike. I feel like they should have. I agree. I think they should have shown a bit. It takes you too long to get to that photo. I think you want to see that photo sooner, but I don't know. Who knows? I hope someone buys it. I honestly just am glad that it's out of my house, but now I'm going to buy it back for myself. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus
thank you. I will be, plus. Yeah, exactly. So I'll be pleased to own that. So thank you. Anything else for me, or that was it?
No, that was my run of gifts for you. So which brings us to the how many times can I not buy this award?
Is this your penguin?
Lots of penguin talk. Yeah. There's also 581, the Blade Runner crew jacket. There's another one of those in here. One every auction. When I'm finally ready, I think that's when they'll stop listing these in the auction.
Right. You'll be like, okay, I'm ready. I'm in my new house. I'm really ready. I have the room. I want to get one. Oh, what? They're $1 million now. There's only one left. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did actually have something from day one that I was like, for some reason, I think I saw it in there, but I just breezed past it. It's lot 68. And we do actually need to talk about this in a somewhat serious way. Did you see this? Did you actually go in detail on this?
I did not. I mean,
look at the video.
Yeah.
Bart, scroll down. Bart, scroll down. Look at this.
Oh no, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Now you used to have a stunt one from the other movie, or what?
No, I had a background one from Blade 2, but it was a modified Factory X one. It was like a modified replica. So
it wasn't even
it was no good. It was just stupid. And I mean, I spent nothing on it, so it was fine to just, I mean, I just put it on eBay, back on eBay as a replica, because it just something about it was wrong to me. So I just sort of was like, no, I'm not doing this. But this thing, it's got the functioning special effects thing, and it's all self-contained, metal handle, metal blade, and it's screen matched. I mean, it's matched in this close up with Ron Perlman.
No, it's pretty great. What is 25 to it's a 25 to 50? Is that what the estimate is?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what's the action so far?
It's just, I mean, it's met the reserve,
Gotcha. Okay.
but that could be, that could be $150,000 bid. It could be
Sure.
anything, so I don't
Well,
know. I mean, I just feel like,
I
and
know.
it's so early in the auction. It's not even like, if my stuff did great and I was really, really, flush. Then
I
maybe,
would make the argument that, like, I guess I wouldn't chase it to 50, but if you got it for like a bid or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Because
all right.
I feel good about your stuff. I mean, I think your stuff is going to do well. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not so worried about your stuff. Anyway, I guess I'm not sure I'd like it at 50, but I guess I don't mind it at, like, 30, 35. So 40
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
VIG, I guess.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelvin is egging me on. Did he just come to this chat to make us spend money?
Exactly. Yeah.
Plant?
Bid.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? What's the, how many times can you not
I
win
mean,
this?
there's a lot of the usuals in here, so I tried to come up with a new usual. I believe this is the second or third time we've seen one of these. It's lot 185 from Harry Potter. It's the Marauders map. It's not the one that was the charity one. This is one of my absolute favorite props. Prisoner of Azkaban
really
is
cool.
my favorite of the movies. You could display it in so many different ways, closed, open, way open, all sorts of stuff. So I guess I just still love it. It's already, of course, at $40,000. I'm sure I won't bid on it, but goddamn, it's great. And I just,
very cool.
I always love these things, and I'm sure there will be others or maybe not. But anyway, I just always think this is special, but I don't know why I don't buy it. So yeah, anyway, sorry. I apologize, Propstore, for not buying it. Yeah.
And then that brings us on to the weirdest thing.
Well, I think Melissa called it out, and we maybe both had it, which is, we can just talk about it quickly, which is 833, the J. Edgar Hoover movie, the Lindbergh baby skeleton, which is just gross, horrifying. I just don't even understand. I saw the movie, and I'm like, why was that even in the movie? In a movie that had a lot of issues, this is one of them. But yeah, just horrific. Yeah. Beyond horrific. I don't even know what to say. No bids, not surprisingly, perhaps.
Not yet.
Yeah, no bids yet. Exactly. Yet. And then the other one that really creeped me out is lot 699, which are these Fred and Barney Flintstone mascot heads from like an amusement park, but they just look like toothless hobos. They look like hobo masks and not Fred and Barney. And this is the stuff nightmares are made of. So maybe not exactly a prop, but they really bothered me in some way. I don't know. The Fred especially really creeps me out. I don't know what else to say. So yeah. Maybe the Fred mask on the baby skeleton, the Lindbergh baby skeleton covering up the skull. I don't know. How about you? Yeah, that could be a project as well. How about you?
Yeah, I went a little less, I guess, creepy. I was just charmed by this. It was weird but charming. 824. It's a Richard Edlund collection thing, but
I thought this was interesting too. I didn't know where to put this. Yeah,
and it's like, is Richard Edlund okay?
Right.
Did somebody was he on the train in the morning and just got, sort of mugged and somebody took his stuff? I was just a little worried. I mean, the collection's very cool. I was very charmed by the fact that it's like, oh yeah, just take the whole briefcase.
I looked at this thing hoping that maybe there'd be something in it that I had to have, and then it would be worth getting the suitcase. I love that it has like the pig nose amplifier sticker on it next to the lock. I love that he kept his stuff in it. I mean, I think it's really interesting. I believe in the last auction, they had one of his camera cases or camera bags, and that was very cool too. And I think they've donated one of his camera bags, I guess, to the Academy or something. So I think this stuff is really interesting, I guess, as he's deaccessioning. It's very fun. Like I said, I didn't necessarily need any of the paperwork that was in it, but I did think it was, I didn't know where to quite put it, but I did get a kick out of it as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, very weird. But did you ever see the celebrity? Did we talk about the SNL celebrity auction sketch that we did years ago with I think in the Chris Elliott season? It's an auction of it's a celebrity memorabilia auction. I gotta find this thing.
Okay.
And basically, it's very clear that stuff is all stolen. Basically, like it starts off normal and it gets stolen, and then ultimately, it's like it gets to a Polaroid of, I can't remember the actress. It was like the Polaroid of Elizabeth Taylor sleeping, and then a Polaroid of her waking up and looking very frightened. And it just kind of builds to that. And then there was a special appearance by Christian Slater, where they have something from Christian Slater, and then he comes out and demands it back. Anyway, we got to find that sketch. But
I do vaguely remember
that. Even before I was collecting, that was
really, really funny, really good. All right, well, that's that. So
by the way, Frank Berman said they're like flea market knockoffs, talking about the Flintstones things. Has anyone ever seen? I have a couple in my collection. You ever seen these sort of bootleg helium toppers? Do you know what I mean by a helium topper? It's like when you go to like a zoo or something, and they're selling kids balloons, but instead of just a regular helium tank, they'll have like a giant clown face or something on it that sort of like the mouth has the little thing, and you blow the balloon up. Well, in the 70s, I have two of them. They made, like, I think they're bootleg. They're like Planet of the Apes helium toppers. They're fabulous. I have these in my collection. They're these giant heads that go on the helium tanks. And what's his name? Steve Sansweet, in his collection, has a couple of Star Wars ones. There's like a Vader and I think a C-3PO. And they're these, like I said, they're these bootleg helium toppers. God damn, I would kill to find those Star Wars ones. I've never seen them. I would honestly murder somebody to get one. Yeah.
There you go, folks.
Yeah. There's an admission.
Or you could just buy them. I mean, really.
Well, yes, but I need to know. I've never seen them in the world. I have my ape ones, and I've seen the ape ones show up a second time from Planet of the Apes, but I've never seen the Star Wars ones. Oh, I'm glad people remember that. No, Gus doesn't even have it either. So maybe
asked him about it.
Yeah, we'd battle it out too, I'm guessing.
Okay, but you have asked him about it. You know that he
No, but I've been to his house, and they would be on display. I mean, I guess
maybe he hid them because he knew about all the murder.
I knew I was coming. Yeah, he heard about the murder. All right, so that's a little bit of everything. What did we used to own? Well, everyone knows you have a shitload.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, should we bring it on home, because we have a couple of things.
Yeah,
the brass tacks of this auction. So Stanley's asking, was it hard to let the big pieces go? So actually there's one little thing in day 3 that I think is mine. I think because I did put one in. It might not be this particular one, but it's lot 450. Which is a little Aliens ammo pouch.
Oh, nice.
And I definitely gave them one. I don't know if this one is mine, but there you go. I had an extra one that came on my sort of strappage that didn't need. So it's in the auction. And then I was going to do a quick rundown. I have my window of my stuff actually opened up here, so I can give you a list of all of the things that I used to own. Just pulling it up. Sorry, I got logged out of Propstore and now it's saying error. Hang on one second. Okay, here we are. So lot 34, which is my Batman matched A camera clapper board. Then Blade Runner's clapper board, lot 72. Bart, you can bring these up, I guess, if you want. I'll go slower. This is my sort of clapper collection. Somebody asked earlier, did I have any clappers in day 3? I did not. I have 4 in this collection. They're all in day 1.
And the Catwoman one and the Catwoman one.
And the cat. Yes. Fine. Guilty. The hardest one to let go, actually.
Well, yeah, because you wrote and directed the movie, which congratulations again.
Thank you. The movie that Warner should have shelved. Then the lot 208, just doing all the clappers. That's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's the very large format one. It's a B camera, again, photo matched. Very exciting. And then lot 318, Princess Bride, which I'm surprised there's no early bidding on this one, but it's not necessarily an indicator of outcome. But this one is really, really great. And the only one I've ever seen from this movie. It's just very rare. For whatever reason, stuff from this movie just doesn't turn up even clappers. So I've
always heard that, I guess we've talked about this, that Norman Lear kept a bunch of stuff.
He does
producer.
Yeah.
So wherever. Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's see. So lot 205, also me. This was my Raiders Ark of the Covenant drawing, which is really cool, and it's in
Oh, I
this really
forgot
nice
this was
frame.
yours. Yes, very
Yeah,
pretty.
I had an art framer frame this up really nicely. A very simple black, black frame white mat that just sort of will go in any collection, but it's protected, it's taken care of. You don't sort of have to worry about that. And if you really hate the frame, you can always take it out of the frame. But the very nice one. It just, just in my culling of what's going to go on the wall and what do I really need, it just felt like it had to make the sacrifice on the mont here for the greater good of the collection. And then 319 is also me, which is my screen matched machine book from Princess Bride, which I'm happy to see there's some good bidding on there. This thing it's just great fun. It's great fun to page through. Somebody in the art department or some freelance artist the art department hired had a lot of fun building this out. So this is the match page, but you can kind of page through on the inside and see all the wonderful stuff they designed for the movie.
Count Rugen's various experiments and torture and whatnot.
How the machine worked and all that. And this is a thing that's unique, totally unique to the movie, because this is one thing that's not in the book, because the book is the like Zoo of Death or whatever, which was, I think, budget impractical. So they had to come up with something else that was movie specific. Obviously, William Goldman came up with that because he wrote the script. Just a neat sort of movie only kind of thing. And then finally, the big Mamma Jamma 392, which is my T1 jacket, which again has some healthy early bidding, although it hasn't hit reserve. So we'll see how that goes. But this one has been really out there in promotion wise. And Tim Laws made a great video about it. You can go check out online. He said it was his favorite thing in the auction, which I really appreciate, which I know is actually true, because he was like, oh, you're getting rid of that, and sort of staring at it. And I was like, no, Tim, we need to buy less props. This is supposed to go into auction. So we bonded over that, and I think he had one of these kind of way back in the day. It's one of the first.
Oh,
things
I didn't know that. That's
not this one particular, but
right.
One of these. And I think there was a nostalgia trigger in there for him. So that's it. I mean, there's a lot of my stuff in there. And I have a large bill to pay off, so there are really
two Clapper related questions from the Peanut Gallery, which are both very good.
Very good.
Is there one dream Clapper you want to own that you don't have in your collection?
Yes, I can answer that very easily. The Shining.
Great answer. And did you keep any clappers, or was that everyone? Did you clear out the
That's
clappers?
everything.
Right.
That's
not counting. You have your own clappers.
Yes.
You have production clappers.
Yes, I have nothing from Colony, because sadly we used those really high-end digital clappers on that didn't even have the face plate. It was all built into it. It was the box, so there wasn't like a different face plate, so there was just no opportunity. But House of the Dragon, up until this season, we use exclusively analog clappers, and this year we had a camera had the digital clappers with the face board, but then we used analog clappers for everything else. So I have analog clappers galore on House of the Dragon. So if you guys somebody out there has a Shining clapper that they want to trade for an analog House of the Dragon clapper, just write the podcast, dreamsareMadeOfPodcast@gmail.com. We can make
there was a very interesting video online from the Prop Stop guys, brought to you by Propstore and Heritage, where they had the faceplate from a digital clapper for the old TV show Max Headroom, which neither they nor I realized that they were using digital clappers that early.
Back in the day,
but maybe because they were using it, my guess is because of all the computer animation or something.
Maybe
that's probably the why. I love that show. That's one of those shows I'd love to have something from, and the digital clapper face, if they ever sell it, I would be very interested. But it's just a show that is of my youth that was very, very enjoyable. Indeed. Yeah.
And Stanley, it was hard. It's always hard when you're curating and whatever. But honestly, the pieces that I got in they're just wonderful. And I was getting to a place where I would have to curate anyway, because I'm moving my collection and just trying to get things sort of, in the order of like, I'm going to display it or I'm not going to own it anymore. And it was helpful that was sort of on the horizon, I think, in this particular case, because I think if everything was all in its place, it would have been a lot harder to let go. But this is, this, unfortunately, just part of being a collector. And it was the right responsible thing to do. So I'm at peace with it. I just hope as I said, I don't do this for the money, but I just hope that I'm I hope that the
You want to be
result
happy with the numbers that
exactly,
you
and
want it
not
to.
just want my stuff back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We have a bonjour from JP in
Oh,
Paris, the poster vault. I don't know the
yeah.
poster vault.
Thank you.
JP, is the poster vault like all sorts of posters or just movie posters? You can answer that question. I'm very curious. Um, I've got, it's funny.
What do you have in this auction?
I have stuff that I gave them so long ago that I'm looking at things going, I think that's mine. Like, I think maybe like the Godfather placard is mine. Like it's been so long. I put some really nice I put some Joe Johnston art pieces, some
Mhm.
Macquarie art pieces in. So please check those all out. Of course, the best piece I put in, and arguably the best piece in the auction, lot 375, the Flame Trooper helmet, aka
The
the
snow trooper.
the Snow Trooper helmet.
Really
No
good.
bids. So get on that. As
Yeah.
anyone who likes Star Wars, know Force Awakens is the best of the movies. And this is really the piece to beat. So please.
That's the most insane Star Wars piece, I think, right
Yes.
there.
Yeah, definitely. It's insane that I own it. But yeah, anyway. So where are you? I mean, like back to the Blade piece. I mean, maybe you'll come up with a number and throw a bid.
I don't know. I mean, it's great, but I'm like curating, and I'm just the right
No, I
answer
get it.
is no. Just enjoy the movie like everybody else does. You don't need something from it.
I'm not going to lie. I am bouncing around the C3PO a little bit and the upgrade. And then the not so much, forgive me, not so much the fishing rod, but the spear gun, which I know is a little bit more money. I definitely, I just, again, it's like, well, I would have that and I'd, done with Jaws. And I know it's not like a Han Solo ray gun where you go, that's the, like,
Yeah.
you might have to, but I don't know. It just,
But not much explanation. I mean, I
right.
really
Yes.
do,
Yes. I love it. I love it so much. I mean, I like all the Jaws pieces, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. So that's on my brain a lot. But there's one thing I know I'm actually bidding on. So don't bid on it, you motherfuckers, which is lot
is it a
one.
secret ritual orgy cloak?
It's spiritual orgy cloak, 1110. And this is my absolute favorite thing in this auction. This is the knife from Spartan. Val Kilmer. This is one of my absolute favorite movies. David Mamet movie, Spartan.
Mhm.
I love this movie. I have some odds and ends from this movie. I've been trying to find something like this from this movie. Funny enough, I had breakfast this morning with a friend who used to work for David Mamet and worked for him sort of in this period a little bit, but did not keep any knives or anything. I love this thing. I am angry that two people have already bid on it already. But I love this thing. This is like a dream come true, the knife from Spartan. So sometimes it's the little things, and hopefully from the movies that not a lot of other people go crazy for, that you can enjoy for yourself. So wherever.
Yeah. Yes, I wrote
Anything
here
for
in my
you
notes things you're actually bidding on. I wrote in all caps, none, buy my stuff and pay my debts. This was a reminder for my future self, buy my stuff and pay my debts. So that's where I am today, Monday, March 23rd. Let's see if I can control myself for the next 48 hours.
Do you ever see that movie that is sort of not great, but it's somewhat, for some reason, it's terribly watchable, which is the Kevin Costner movie Draft Day? It was like Ivan Reitman's, I think, last movie. And do you remember how at the, like, there's that piece of paper he keeps looking at, and then like finally you get to see it, and it's like, no matter what, draft whatever.
Best player available. Whatever.
You need your note. You need your note to yourself, like, no
Yeah.
matter what, don't bid. Stephen Withers, I'm so glad you liked Spartan, and I'm glad you dug it. Frank Berman, yeah, I am going to probably go after the Heat license, but this is the one. Look, there's numbers where the Heat license won't make sense. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't want to spend $25,000 on a license.
Well, by the way, I meant to do. I had. Did I show you these? that did Kelvin show you these, friend of the podcast? I told him did he show you these? I told him to go and use AI to try to because the license is in the movie, but it's
like small and blurry, right?
Focus is sharp on Val and soft on the license, so it's very difficult to screen match. So I'm going to put it into can I put it right into the chat here? I don't know. I'll join the I got to connect. I'm going to put it in the podcast chat, and then Kelvin can figure this thing out. This stuff was Bart can figure this stuff out. This stuff was absolutely hilarious. He took multiple shots at getting the different AI sort of visual AI places to translate it and try to screen match it. And the results are like, I mean, just worthy of just fun, just great fun. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember which is which here, but is Bart able to, Bart, are you able to put those in the chat or just put those up live on the share?
I like on one of them, it identified him as Val Kilmer on the license.
Yes, yeah, it like facially recognized that that's Val Kilmer. I also enjoyed Jane Doe, and it just gave him like a lady's. It printed in a lady's face. It was interpolating. It wasn't really doing. We were asking it to sharpen and try to pull pixels out to try to figure out what it said on the card. And yeah, there we go. These are really good. If you can blow those up.
Bart, show off my photos from the Jaws trip.
Yeah, look at. There's Carl Shirley.
Carl Shirley. They got Arizona right, so that's something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I think in the prompt, Kelvin did tell it that it was an Arizona driver's license.
Oh.
To try to help it fill in the blanks. So
I like to think he was using the name Jane Doe.
This was Val Kilmer. That's right. Jane Doe to bikes. Hello, I am Jane Doe. Yeah, this was good. And it made it like even the photo, it turned it into like a nondescript AI lady. 123 East Cactus Street, which I just
it kind of feminized her. That's not the face. Yeah.
No, it's strange, not. Yeah. But 123 East Cactus Street. I mean, that's really good. It's really good.
Nick Tierce says,
it's like Wile E. Coyote trying to buy explosives, right?
Nick says, my key to not spending too much money in these auctions is only collecting props in a movie that almost never has come up for sale, and also I'm the only human person who likes it. These days I find like everybody likes everything. I mean, everybody, there's always somebody else, so hopefully like with Spartan, with the Heat license, they don't go cuckoo. Yeah. But by the way, I was bidding on I think one of the Propstore online auctions, I think it was, there was the wallet from Miller's Crossing, and that went fucking insane. So it just, there's just, unfortunately, there's just like on these smaller items, I love them, but you just don't want to be staring at them later going, why did I spend that much money on that? You know what I mean? And again, it's all relative. And these days, everything is whatever. So that's just basically, that's Edgartown, but that's the main drag that he walks down and
totally recognizable.
And then go to the next one. And that's the thing he rides across. Yeah. I mean, and you can ride across, you can get on it and ride across. It's fabulous. And basically
on whose authority are you closing these beaches?
And on the other side, if you can see the other side, that's where Chappaquiddick is. That's where Teddy Kennedy basically lost the presidency. So there you go. Yeah. Little history for you. Well, any other questions? Oh, I forgot my other favorite thing that I did want to throw out that I am going to probably be throwing a bid on. And I'm sorry, Bart, I don't have the number on me. But I still I talked about it in our art video. But the Mr. Plow animation cell in the forgive me, there it is. I've never seen one of these, and I know you can't see the Mr. Plow logo, but he's clearly wearing the jacket. I think this is wonderful. It's already at 1,700. I'm guessing this is going to go crazy, but I did just get an absolute kick out of.
I have a Mr. Plow.
Do you? Oh, that's wonderful.
I do.
Yeah,
I have Homer standing in front of the truck with Marge yelling at him.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Thoughts on the Raiders Idol prototype, Bart? You want to call that up? Yep, that's cool. The Simpsons one. I like the choking Simpsons one as well.
Yeah, there was that crowd Simpsons one of the good crowd shots.
Yeah,
all the characters.
So this is from the Planet Hollywood collection. I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't know enough about this. I have a prototype as well, where it was an early prototype. Can you go down a little bit?
Can you scroll down the description, Bart? Yeah.
Mine is similar in that the back of the head on mine um, does not have the hair that they added later, the hair. And that was so mine is a prototype that didn't have the hair and then it was added later. I don't know enough about this, sorry. It looks like it had a little damage, some chipping and paint, sympathetic restoration, so be aware of that. But yeah, see it changed later on a bit, so again, but that matches what I know, but I don't know anything about it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know enough about these. There are a bunch of prototypes around. There are also things that are pulled out of the mold.
It is unfortunately a much bootlegged piece. I would actually ask the Propstore folks, I would actually reach out and ask them if they have any other additional information, because sometimes they do, or perhaps names that they can't bring up like publicly, but sometimes they have information, or can at least say to you the source is a crew person or something like that. Obviously it came from Planet Hollywood. Where did they get it from? I don't know. So yeah, anyway, check that out. But like I said, mine is also missing the hair. No, she vetoed the surfboard. Sorry, Brian.
That's a bummer. That's a good one.
All right. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's a tight hour and a half. So I hope everyone enjoyed that.
Thanks, gang.
Yeah, thank you all. I'll be at the Peterson tomorrow night if you're at the Peterson. And remember, day 1, March 25th for the EMLA, day 2, the 26th, and then sessions 3 and 4, which session 4 being the animation art, both are on Friday the 27th. So
good luck.
3 days. Day 1 is live at the Peterson, phone bidding and online bidding for, I believe, almost everything else. Good luck. Let us know what you win. Let us know what you lose. Let us know what you're angry about.
If you win any of my stuff and you listen to this podcast and you actually do care, if it helps, I mean, whatever, I will write a letter and sign a letter of provenance that it was in my collection, and tell you whatever story, whatever I can that you would like in the letter, I will do that. So there's that for my my little mini collection that's in the.
Does that include if I win one of your clappers?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have to pay you to write the letter. Nothing like.
I mean, no. Yeah. I mean, that goes without saying. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's fair. It's the letter's worthwhile. I mean, it's expensive, but it's fair. All right, guys. Check us all out as always, and I guess you guys have probably all written reviews. But if anyone hasn't reviewed the show on like Apple or whatever, go on Apple and review
Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah, we could really. Yeah, it helps the algorithm of maybe getting some random people to check out the show a little bit more.
Yeah, especially because now we're in like the movie history sort of, which is a narrower field of focus. So if people are listening to movie history podcasts,
it ain't gonna get much narrower, I'll tell you that. So
that's right.
That's right. Is it getting pretty narrow? That's all.
Podcasts about secret ritual orgy cloaks.
Yep. We're in the secret ritual orgy section, which is it's us. And I don't know. I was trying to think of another podcast that was there. It's us and Rachel Maddow.
The Daily.
Yeah. There we go. Us and Rachel Maddow and the Daily. So yeah.
Perfect.
But all right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Good luck, everyone. And talk soon.
Yeah. Good luck.
See you,
Break a leg.
Bye bye.